Hi, atoolred. This is quite a sensitive topic because of the nature it's going to address. It's about females or girls and their attitude towards boys. Now, it's not that I'm desperate or that I got an advantage over here and I want to exploit it. It's about the basics, you see. I don't really care whether they do dump me or I don't even have a partner in the future. In fact, if you want a partner, partner should be aesthetically intelligent. Aesthetic intelligence should be also receptive to your own perspective, and also in the long run, you want to meet a partner over and over again. Next time you meet her, you want her to be more progressed and more happy. You meet someone and after about say 5-6 years, or even after a million years, you see that she's a rundown, goddamn unknown kind of a personality and is totally given up life, is a beggar, or she's given up life and she's very ugly. You won't like it, You may even start hating female partners, all females, and it'll take a very long time to get back on track. So here's a little advice to them, So basically, law is law. And concerning sex and abnormal sex, that's basic, affecting all females because of the very position she is in. Law is law, abnormal is abnormal, abnormal sex leading to injury, and other aspects of suicidal developments and giving up easily and being depressive, not coming back into life and not being able to address problems openly, trying to have these unseen kind of moments and relying on some kind of game where you can hide and do your act or whatever and not get caught, wasting your time on a lot of things. Now the fact is, today's females, because of the very fact of the infinite purse and the royals disappearing, that is just present, 1947. This thing just hit the market. There are no castles, there are no palaces, there are no kings, queens, but you have princes and princesses, and you also have a pension, which is again very confusing and why they don't know about it. How can you live without money? Or the corrupt oligarchy is very staunch about it. They want the money for themselves anyway. So, and as a princess, obviously she'll be in great demand, and most of them are just basically wasting the time on sex, having too much of attention on sex, and having their own sexual value portrayed openly and talking about it. And the first conversation you hear is that you are a princess and you're more valuable in sex, but I'm not a princess, but I'm more valuable in every way. I'm more educated, more of a intelligentsia, and you are no more an intelligence. You hear that everywhere, every corner of the world. And they even say you don't look like an intelligentsia, just stay away. So this is that basically what she's saying is, since you have not been in the world, especially the Democrat, you can pick up any subject you want to, as in the royal families and the royal concept, which are the king, queen, and the heir to the throne, and the royal purse. That's the infinite royal purse. You had money, you had valuables, you had work relating to the royal dimension only. But now the dimension has changed, that royal fence is gone, the palace fence is gone, and all the royals, males and females, you are now confronted with a place without a fence. That's the total world. You're competing with the common man, you're competing with independents, you're competing with aristocrats, who are basically these geniuses and the men who tackle specific subjects, like special examples like mathematicians or historians, or they're very good in speaking, they're very good musicians, or whatever, right? In arts, dancers, and in culture, they have a very good voice, they're very good trainers, are very good at what they do. So the other aspect is that you have to get down to dealing with that aspect that you can't go back to the palace and you can't go back to a royal place and expect the royal place to help you out because there's no money there. And in the royal place also you'll find a lot of other people who are doing their own work. So you have to get down to competition. The royals had a very secure life where they had no competition. Now they're openly being subjected to a competition and not being able to align to it. And on the other side, the females especially, so on the other side, and there's no use getting aggressive, are the females from democracy and aristocracy, as well as independence and others. There's a group called others too. So those females also, the fact is, since there is no palace, there's no royal, so those products will not be there tomorrow. You see the licenses are getting over, you can see it's becoming very filthy, the streets, everything. So you don't really have to work with each other. You can also form your own democratic group. You can have an oligarchy group, you can have a different group of aristocrats and different group of independents, just like you have in political parties, you see. Just like different kind of Democrats and Republicans, or the lower house and the upper house. The thing is, these royals will never be elected. And even if they do, they won't be getting accepted. It's illegal for a royal to stand in democratic elections. He can stand, he has to represent in a royal hierarchy. So in democracy, what you can do, because you will have to deal with a situation where you will not be able to suppress or be suppressed. So you just have to be yourself, the competition will be faster, harder, and that because you are not educated enough to deal with situations which you were able to do in previous, where you had a lot of tutors and mentors from the royals. The mentors and royals, these royal mentors and tutors will not be available, these females or whoever, like Dronacharya or Birbal, all these, even stories, even in literature. And that's where you've fallen, right? So you have to get back on your feet on your own. Like they said, you have to do it on your own. The inherent magic, you see. So you have to get into your own act, and you have to sit down on your own. So what the thing is, you have to get down together and chart out a plan for the future in every country, that you give each other a chance to study your own thing, you stay in your territory, and that you respect each other's time, and that on earth, it's very easy to fall and get waylaid. It's a very treacherous kind of territory, and even alien communication, it requires a lot of stability and a lot of experience. Rebirth, reincarnation is one of the most important aspects in alien communication. And the language itself, the Alien Communication Academy only talks about specific. It will not talk to you or even think about you unless you have specifically addressed something. Say you want money. You tell the alien, or you tell God, or you want to manifest. You say, I want money. It laughs back, what money? So you say, I want money in dollars. You say, what dollars? Say, which dollars? Which conversion dollars? So how much? Canadian dollars or American dollars? Or you say, okay, I want rupees. Which rupees? The Indonesian rupee or the Indian rupee or the thing is, you have to be very, very, that's how we talk. You must have seen these kind of conversations in Alibaba and all these old royal movies in the past, you see. So Alibaba, and then there are others called Ghost Talk. There are many how to talk to an alien. You see, they are filled with cartoons. There are millions of cartoons, especially Genie in a Bottle. So how do you talk to a genie in a bottle and get him out and do your work? So you see, it's very specific, and that takes time. So you need time for yourself, and unless you get back, on track, you will not be able to. And it's very demeaning, and it's very belittling that you are more interested in being sarcastic and more interested in being cynical, and you think you can get away with it without music, dancing, without having any modulation, without accents. You just can't make a law, Just because you're from that generation, you can't leave children illiterate. You can't leave a child telling her and him that I can't do anything for you because I don't want to. And there's no school. You see, there may be no school tomorrow, but then you have to do it at home. So, or in your own area. You have to transfer these skills to your children at least, if you're not your basic whatever magic. They have their own inherent magic, every individual. So that's very important to get back on track. And the fact is that unless you do it, that you're the only generation that can do it as a millennial, as you already have experience, and this is during this period that the thing has been handed over to you, this file, so that you can start this file, and unless you do it with great grace and good etiquettes and good mannerism, with a good moral, it will not go on. It may, supposing you deal with the whole file, continue the file as you are doing today, you may never ever have a civilization again. Civilization will collapse. Everything will collapse and destroy. And there's no use being scared, You have to be strong, and you have to get back on communication, whatever it is, one or not. You have to get back and respect each other's communication. And if you don't respect each other's territory and stay away, then obviously everything will collapse. And a few who can, they'll continue and die, and that's it. So the problem is that you also have an obligation to the very foundation which has already existed. Unless you do, it'll keep the foundation alive at least, especially the registry, and then you have the government and others, especially the very art and culture and music and dance and the cuisine, as well as accents and then conversation. These things cannot be ignored. And once you go, they say that if you die as an illiterate, next time you were born, you will remain an illiterate. They will never give you a chance again. So you better have the communication open, and then respect each other's company. Supposing somebody does want to talk to someone, let them talk. I would say you can't. No, I can't. I've been staying alone for 5 years. And last 5 years, nobody's talked to me. Nobody comes to my place because they obstructed. They tell you can't meet him because of the political sensitivity. So I just, somebody wants to talk to me, then let them talk to me. Girls are not allowed to talk to me. Got it? They're supposed to take a lot of money from me. And it's decided by some neighbor over here, or some gate man, or some other guy around the colony. Or some shopkeeper, that he has to take this much. He can't be richer than me. You can't, and there's been no contact with me with anyone at all. And you can see the disintegration of all your children, your personality, and if you disintegrate, we stay away from our place, because I don't want to be influenced by you. And to tell you the truth, it's a freehold property. This property is mine. Land is mine. The link of this will remain with me forever. Whether you like it or not, you can see it. You can ask the government for records, you can see it on media, social media, that the reality is it cannot disappear now. It will always be with me. You have to get used to it. So just forget this and go on doing your own thing and start your own development, which is most important. I did this because I knew that I have only one chance, because I took this registry, because I know that there's no royal palace, there's no more royalty. I grew up, you see I'm lucky because I'm Mensa, and also I have that monarch with me. So I am guaranteed. I have no worry. You see, I can make anything I want to, anywhere, any place. I get knowledge free. I get as much as money as I want to. But it's the people, I can't meet people who are not talented, who are not up to the mark. I can't meet people who just don't know how to communicate, so I'm not allowed to. Even the aliens, even the animals stop talking to me, They just start ignoring me, and they really get angry. So that's the point. And right now, if I don't meet anyone, that means there's nobody worth meeting at all in the world today, or not even in this area. So please watch that out. So if you could send across some good people, because you can't partner with people who are not going to be partnering with you and will not be progressive. Well, that's understood, isn't it? And why don't you want to be progressive? You've got an excellent chance to be independent and progressive. It's got a beautiful world ahead, and it'll be very interesting in what every individual starts owning for themselves. So let's leave at this note, especially the females, all right? And if females don't do it, your children won't do it. Oh, that's what you are, baby. Say, like, I got the monarch, so that's my fate, and I have to keep the standards. If I have to live alone and there's no female for me, I have to live alone like Ram or Krishna. Even they didn't have females, And so you're a female, and you have to, you tell it to your children. You have to look after your children. It's your fate. You can't change your fate. And you're lucky, you got a fate like this, and independent. You got so many children. You can do a lot of things. And to see your children tomorrow progress and progress more than you. Today, if you progress more than your parents, they're killing them. They're killing the children. Don't show me your worth again. Don't try to be more valuable than me. So you also have to deal with these issues, basic psychological issues. And hating each other is over. Okay, you hated each other, but you keep it down into your own. Be diplomatic, Diplomatically address all situations. And if you diplomatically do it, you can really solve all the problems and really get back. And I'm total diplomat, I'm total diplomat one, and I'll remain diplomat one. In fact, I just talk diplomacy. And I want to remain in diplomatic communications in all my life. I don't want to talk to anyone else in any other terms. So here we go. So all the best. And I hope things will change. And I hope to meet you soon. Okay, bye. Atoolred.